This song is for everyone who made it. Not easily, not without cost. Not without the nights that felt like the last. But you made it. And there's only one reason you're still standing. Say it like you mean it. I have a testimony that I did not earn. I have a story that I did not write alone. I have a life that by every human calculation should have ended somewhere far from where I've grown. I've been through things that have no easy summary, the kind of things that you can't fully put in words, the kind of things that only other survivors understand. The weight of what was carried and endured. But I am standing here today, not as a victim, not as someone whose best days are the past. I am standing here as someone who has found that the grace of God is built to be outlast. Every storm that tried to end this story, every night that tried to be the final night, I'm standing here because of one thing only, and that one thing is the grace that won the fight. No, not standing on my strength, it ran out years ago. Not standing on my faith, some seasons it was thin. Not standing on my record, it's got chapters I'm not proud of. I am standing on the grace that let me begin again. Still standing by your grace after everything. Still standing by your grace. By the mercy that has covered every place, every battle, every breaking, every night I almost didn't make. Still standing by your grace. Your grace is the reason I'm still awake. Still standing, still praising, still standing by your grace. Still standing after all of it. Still standing by your grace. I wanna look into the eyes of every person who has wondered if they're going to make it through, who has been in the middle of a season with no ending. And I wanna say I've been exactly where you are too. And I'm not telling you the road gets easy, I'm not promising the storm won't have its say. I'm telling you the grace that brought me to this moment is the same grace that is walking with you today. And one day you'll be the one standing on the other side, looking back at what the grace of God has done. And you'll open up your mouth and tell the story of how you made it through every single one. Not standing on my strength, it ran out years ago. Not standing on my faith, some seasons it was thin. Not standing on my record, it's got chapters I'm not proud of. I am standing on the grace that let me begin again. Still standing by your grace after everything. Still standing by your grace. Standing by your grace. By the mercy that has covered every place, every battle, every breaking, every night I almost didn't make. Still standing by your grace. Your grace is the reason I'm still awake. To the person who has been knocked down more than once and is tired of getting up but keeps on rising, To the person whose faith is more scar tissue than certainty, but who refuses to stop trusting and believing. To the one who sat in the hospital and prayed. To the one who signed the papers they didn't want to sign. To the one who buried someone they weren't ready to release. To the one who crossed the line they swore they'd never cross and found grace on the other side. You are still standing, not because you're strong enough, not because you have the right theology, not because you never doubted. You are still standing because the grace of God is more committed to you than your worst days. And that grace is not done with you. That grace not done with you. That grace has more chapters still to write. And the standing that you're doing in this very moment is the most beautiful act of faith in His sight. Still standing by your grace, still breathing by your grace, still trusting by your grace, still standing by your amazing grace. After everything, by your grace, through it all, by your we made it. Still standing by your grace, still standing by your grace, still standing by your grace, by the mercy that has covered every place, every battle, every breaking, every night I almost didn't make it. Still standing by your grace is the reason I'm still awake, still standing, still praising, still standing by your grace. After all of it, still standing by your grace. I have a testimony that I did not earn. I have a story that I did not write alone. I have a life that by every human calculation should have ended somewhere far from where I've grown. I've been through things that have no easy summary, the kind of things that you can't fully put in words, the kind of things that only other survivors understand. The weight of what was carried and endured. But I am standing here today. I don't know what last night looked like in your house, but in mine it got heavy before the morning came. The thoughts that visit in the quiet of the darkness were loading up and calling every worry by its name. But I set my alarm not just for obligation. I set it as an act of stubborn faith, that if I could just make it to the morning, there would be new mercy waiting in that space. And I'll be honest, I was not sure what I'd find there after the night that had just finished with its waves. But something in the choosing to believe the morning matters was already the first small act of grace. And there it was, new as the sun that climbed the window, fresh as the first breath that filled my chest. The mercy of the Lord is not recycled. It comes new every morning without rest. New places I have been.
Great is His faithfulness.
Great is His.
Great is His faithfulness.
Morning by morning, it never fails to come. Oh,
New mercy found me this morning.
mercy like this never will be done.
New mercy,
New morning,
new mercy found me this morning.
still standing by His grace.
New mercy found me this morning.
There is something theological and deeply personal about waking up to mercy you haven't earned, about the slate being clean before you've proven yourself, and the grace being present before the lessons learned. Because the mercy that meets me in the morning isn't waiting on my performance from the day before. It isn't tied to how the previous evening ended. It isn't limited by what I said or what I swore. It's new, completely new, reset and ready, poured out by a God whose love has no exhaustion, whose mercies are not measured or rationed, but released in full abundance every morning as devotion.
And there it was,
New as the sun that climbed the window, fresh as the first breath that filled my chest. The mercy of the Lord is not recycled, it comes new every morning without rest.
new mercy found me this morning.
Before I even knew I needed it again.
New mercy found me this morning.
Still reaching past the places I have been.
Great is His faithfulness.
Great is His
Great is His faithfulness.
morning by morning, it never fails to come. New mercy
Found me this
and
morning.
mercy like this never will be done. So this is my morning declaration, before the day has had the chance to show its hand, that the God whose mercies never come to an ending is the God who holds this day in His command. I receive the new mercy of this morning. I receive the reset of His grace today. I receive the faithfulness of a God who keeps on giving what I don't deserve in every single way. And if the night was hard
And the morning feels uncertain.
and the new mercy seems too good to really claim, claim it anyway.
It was made for mornings like this.
It was made for souls with nights exactly like the same.
New mercy this morning.
New grace,
This morning.
new start,
This morning.
new mercy found me this morning.
Great is
His faithfulness,
Great is
His mercy,
Great is
His love. New mercy found me this morning.
New mercy found me this morning.
Before I even knew I needed it again.
New mercy found me this morning.
Still reaching past the places I have been.
Great is His faithfulness.
Great is His.
Great is His faithfulness.
Morning by morning, it never fails to come. Oh, new mercy found me this morning, and mercy like this never will be done.
New mercy
This morning,
still standing.
by Your grace,
New mercy
every morning,
still standing.
by Your grace. If you'd asked me in the middle of that season, if I thought that God was working, I'd have paused. Because the middle never looks like transformation. It just looks like everything is lost. I would have told you that the breaking felt like ending, that the stripping felt like punishment, not grace, that the silence from the God I'd always counted on was the absence I could feel in every space. But I'm standing now on the other side of that opinion, with a different kind of clarity inside. And what I know now, looking back, is that the breaking was the most productive season of my life. I didn't see it forming in the furnace, I didn't recognize the shaping in the fire, but the year that broke me built me into someone that the comfortable years could never have made higher. The year that broke me made me who I am. The season that destroyed the plan became the plan. The fire that I prayed against the hardest was the fire that produced the purest gold. The year that broke me made me who I am. And who I am is someone grace has told is worth the breaking, worth the making, worth every single moment of the most. The year that broke me made me who I am. Still standing by His grace, still whole. I am more compassionate because of what I've carried. I can sit with people in their pain without a word, because I've been in places where the silence was sufficient and the presence was the only thing that served. I am more dependent on the grace of God than ever, because I've seen firsthand what happens when I'm not. I am more certain of His faithfulness in crisis, because I've been in crisis and I watched Him show up hard. I am more willing to be honest about the struggle, because pretending doesn't help the person watching you. The person who needs to know that it gets better needs to see the scars of someone who's been through. I didn't see it forming in the furnace, I didn't recognize shaping in the fire, but the year that broke me built me into someone that the comfortable years could never have made higher. The year that broke me made me who I am. The season that destroyed the plan became the plan. The fire that I prayed against the hardest was the fire that produced the purest gold. The year that broke me made me who I am. And who I am is someone grace has told is worth the breaking, worth the making, worth every single moment of the mold. The year that broke me made me who I am. Still standing by His grace, still whole. So I'm not angry at the seasons anymore. I'm not bitter toward the storms that came my way. I have collected the evidence of transformation, and the evidence says the breaking had its say. But the breaking had its say inside a larger story, written by a God who knew the ending from the start. And what He made from all the material of my breaking is the finest version of this heart. Thank you for the year that I would have avoided, standing
by your grace.
the breaking made me still standing
By your grace.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I've spent time in the courtroom of my conscience, where the evidence of every failure fills the room, where the prosecutor quotes my worst decisions, and the sentence feels like permanent and doom. There are things I've done that I've replayed 1,000 times, moments that I'd give anything to undo, actions that have consequences I still live with, and a shame that only God could ever see me through. But I have heard a voice break through that courtroom that speaks a verdict different than the one I gave myself, that says the grace of God is greater than my greatest failure, and it's been sitting unopened on the shelf. Grace greater than the worst thing I have done. Grace wider than the distance I have run. Grace deeper than the pit that shame has dug. Grace is greater. Grace is still enough. Grace greater than my greatest failure. Greater than the thing I can't forgive in me. Grace greater than my greatest failure. Washing over everything I thought would always be a stain too deep for any love to cover, wound too wide for any grace to cross. Grace greater than my greatest failure makes the greatest failure not the final loss. Greater grace, unending grace. Grace greater than my greatest failure, still standing by His grace. Grace greater than my greatest failure. I think about the woman at the well, 5 husbands deep, who met a man who knew her fully and still stayed. I think about the one caught in the act of her worst moment, brought to Jesus, and by grace the sentence was delayed. I think about the one who said, Lord, I am not worthy for you to come beneath my roof and heal my child. And Jesus said, I've not seen faith this great in Israel, and healed from a distance what had been running wild. These are not just ancient stories for the stained glass windows. These are patterns of a grace that still repeats today. And the worst thing you have ever done is covered by the same grace that covered theirs and never turned away. Grace greater than the worst thing I have done. Grace wider than the distance I have run. Grace deeper than the pit that shame has dug. Grace is greater. Grace is still enough. Grace greater than my greatest failure. Greater than the thing I can't forgive in me. Grace greater than my greatest failure. Washing over everything I thought would always be a stain too deep for any love to cover, wound too wide for any grace to craft. Greater than my greatest failure makes the greatest failure not the final loss. I am not the worst thing I have ever done, and grace has always known that to be true. The identity that God assigned before I failed is the identity that grace restores me to. So I receive the full forgiveness that was purchased. I receive the clean slate that the cross provides. I receive the restoration of the person that shame had tried to permanently hide. And I walk out of the courtroom and my words still standing by your grace. I look back at the season, and I honestly don't know how I made it from one side to the other. How the person who went in, so fractured and so emptied, came out the other end and still could call God Father. The logistics of my survival don't add up on any spreadsheet that excludes the grace of God. The numbers of my strength ran out in the early chapters, and something else entirely carried what was hard. I've tried to explain it to the people asking questions about how I made it through the thing that I went through. And every time the only honest explanation is the grace of a God who simply carried me through. I didn't have enough to make it through that season. I didn't have the faith or the strength or the will, but here I am on the other side, still standing, and grace is standing with me still. I made it through, and only grace knows how. I made it through, and only grace can take the bow. Not my wisdom, not my willpower, not my fight. I made it through because His grace was my might. I made it through the storm, the loss, the fire. I made it through the stretching and the test. I made it through, and only grace knows how. And I'm standing here still, praising with the rest. Only grace knows how. Only grace, only grace. I made it through, and only grace knows how. Still standing by your grace. Someone once told me that you find out who you are when everything you thought you were gets stripped away. When the circumstances leave no room for performance, and the only thing remaining is the faith. And I found out in the middle of the season that the faith I thought I had was thinner than I knew. But I also found that grace is not dependent on the thickness of the faith I'll bring to you, because the grace that held me wasn't responding to the quality of the prayer that I could pray. It was responding to the need and to the mercy of a God who had already
by your grace. I look back at the season, and I honestly don't know how I made it from one side to the other. How the person who went in, so fractured and so emptied, came out the other end and still could call God Father. The logistics of my survival don't add up on any spreadsheet that excludes the grace of God. The numbers of my strength ran out in the early chapters, and something else entirely carried what was hard. I've tried to explain it to the people asking questions about how I made it through the thing that I went through, and every time the only honest explanation. I'll be the first to tell you that I've been broken, not the poetic kind, the actual kind, where the fractures run through everything you've built, and the damage is the kind that takes real time. I won't romanticize the seasons of the breaking, or pretend the fire didn't burn when it burned. But I'll testify to what I found inside the furnace, the lesson that the heat alone has earned. That breaking and being destroyed are two different things, and the enemy has been confusing them for years, telling broken people they are finished and done for, using the evidence of fracture to manufacture fears. But Paul said we are hard-pressed but not crushed, perplexed but not in despair, persecuted, not forsaken, struck down but not destroyed. And that distinction is the difference between a life surrendered and a life being taken. I've been broken but I'm not destroyed. I've been bent but I have not been bowed. I've been shaken but I'm still in the hands of the God who speaks resurrection loud. Broken but not destroyed, that's what grace has made me. Broken but not destroyed, that's the testimony grace has given me. Every crack has let the light in, every fracture proved his whole. Broken but not destroyed by his grace, I'm turning into gold. Not destroyed, not finished, broken but not destroyed, still standing by his grace, broken but not destroyed. I watched the people write me off at the fracture point, seen them count me out at the first sign of the break. But they were measuring by standards that exclude God's power, and miss the fact that grace makes more of what it takes. Because what looks like the end from the outside is often just the pressure before the breakthrough comes. And the breaking that appears to be destruction is frequently the prelude to what God becomes. In the emptied and the shattered and the stripped, when there's nothing left of what you built to point to, that's when the substance of the grace of God becomes the only story left inside of you. I've been broken but I'm not destroyed. I've been bent but I have not been bowed. I've been shaken but I'm still in the hands of the God who speaks resurrection love. becomes more beautiful for breaking, more valuable than what the perfect piece ever dreams. And God is doing kintsugi on my story, filling every fracture with His grace. What was broken in me is becoming something golden, and the cracks are now the most beautiful part of my face. So I'm not hiding the broken places anymore. I'm not pretending they were never there. I'm standing in the light and showing what grace did with a soul that had every reason to despair. Not destroyed by His grace, not finished by not done by His grace, broken but not destroyed by grace, still standing by His grace, still rising by His grace, still gone but not destroyed by grace, broken but not destroyed. That's what grace has made me, broken but not destroyed. That's the testimony grace has given me. Every crack has let the light in. Every fracture proved His whole, broken but not destroyed by His grace. I'm turning into gold, broken but not destroyed, still standing by Your grace, not destroyed, still here by Your grace, broken but not destroyed. Still standing. I started counting at the beginning of the year, just as a discipline, a practice of attention, a deliberate act of noticing the goodness of a God whose faithfulness deserves a mention. And what began as a small daily exercise became something that I couldn't contain in a list. The moments and the mercies kept accumulating. The ways He showed up far exceeded what I missed. Every morning that I woke without deserving, every provision that arrived before the need, every door that opened in the season of the closed ones, every planted prayer that grew into a seed. I can't count them fast enough. He keeps adding to the total before I'm done. The faithfulness of God has overwhelmed my counting. New mercies every morning, every one. When I count the ways He's been faithful, I run out of numbers before I run out of ways. When I count the ways He's been faithful, I could spend an eternity in praise. He's been faithful in the morning, He's been faithful in the night. When I count the ways He's been faithful, every single count confirms He's been right. Count them. When I count the ways, count them, count them. When I count the ways He's been faithful, still standing by His grace. When I count the ways He's been faithful, He's been faithful in the waiting that I called abandonment. He's been faithful in the silence that I called His absence. He's been faithful in the detour that I called a mistake. He's been faithful in the loss that I called His inattentiveness. He's been faithful when I gave Him very little faith to work with. He's been faithful when my worship was a single tired line. He's been faithful in the moments I almost walked away from Him. He's been faithful every single time. And the counting isn't just a religious exercise, it's the antidote to the amnesia of the hard season. stone of every time you came. I'm building it so that when the next storm arrives, I can point to all the stones and remember what he'll do. The stone of the provision in the impossible month, the stone of the healing that the doctors couldn't explain, the stone of the relationship restored from ruin, the stone of the joy that came after the rain. Every stone a testimony, every testimony a declaration that the God who was faithful then is faithful now, and the God who is faithful now will be faithful in the future. I don't know when and I don't know how, but I know who, and knowing who is everything. Count them, he's faithful. Everyone, count them, never done. When I count the ways he's been faithful, count them in the morning, through the night. When I count the ways he's been faithful, when I count the ways, I run out of numbers before I run out of ways. When I count the ways, he's been faithful. I could spend an eternity in praise. He's been faithful in the morning, he's been faithful in the night. When I count the ways, he's been faithful. Every single count confirms he's been right. He's been faithful. Count the ways, still standing by his grace. He's been faithful. Every day, still standing by your grace. Let me tell you what it means to still be here. After the year that tried his hardest to undo me, let me tell you what it costs to still be praising. After everything the enemy sent to pursue me, I've been in the kind of seasons that change you, that rearrange the furniture of who you thought you were, that strip away the versions you were performing and leave you with the truest self, the purest core. And what I found when all the stripping was completed, when all the layers that I'd built were finally gone, was a faith I didn't know was living underneath them, that had been quietly and stubbornly holding on. And I opened up my mouth in the aftermath, not with polished words or a prepared refrain, just with the raw and honest sound of someone grateful to be still breathing after all that came. Still here, that's a miracle. Still breathing, that's a testimony. Still believing, that's the grace of God. Living evidence of mercy I don't own. Still here, still breathing, still believing. After everything that came to bring me down, still here, still breathing, still believing. By the grace of God, I didn't lose my ground. The years were hard, but grace was harder. The night was long, but morning came along. Still here, still breathing, still believing. And the grace that brought me through is still as strong. Still here, still breathing, still standing by your grace. Still here, still breathing, still believing. I look around at the people in my circle. Some of them have been through what I've been through too, and there's a particular knowing in the eyes of the survivors, a shared language in the things that we've come through. We don't always have to say it to communicate it. The grace of God on both our lives is visible from here. The fact that we are standing in this moment when standing was the longest shot of the year. So this song is for the survivors in the room, for the ones who almost didn't make another day, for the ones who are amazed to hear their own voice singing when the silence was so close just yesterday. Still here, that's a miracle. Still breathing, that's a testimony. Still believing. a truer, a more refined and spirit formed version of the plan. The things the storm destroyed were things I'm better without. The things that stripped away were weights I no longer need. And what remains after the burning and the breaking is the gold that only fire could make me be. So I raise my voice, not as the person I was entering, raise it as the person grace has made. Still here, still breathing, still standing in the light that never fades. Still here, by your grace. Still breathing, by your mercy. We're believing, by your love. Still standing by your grace. Still here, hallelujah. Still breathing, thank you, Lord. Still believing, grace brought me through. Still standing by your grace. Still breathing, still believing. After everything that came to bring me down. Still here, still breathing, still believing. By the grace of God, I didn't lose my ground. The years were hard, but grace was harder. The night was long, but morning came along. Still breathing, still believing. And the grace that brought me through is still as strong. Still here, by your grace. Still breathing, by your grace. Still believing, by your grace. Still standing by your grace. Oh, there was a storm designed with my name on it, specifically calibrated to end my story here. It came with all the precision of a targeted attack on everything I built across the years. It hit the health, it hit the finances, it hit the relationships, and then it hit the faith. It was simultaneous and overwhelming, and every natural indicator said there was no escape. I watched things crumble that I thought were permanent. I watched the certain become uncertain overnight. I watched the future that I planned dissolve completely, and stood there in the rubble of a very different night. But right in the middle of the storm's worst moments, right when the enemy thought he'd finally won, something spoke into the center of the chaos and said, this is not how the story ends, not done. The storm came strong, but grace came stronger. The enemy planned, but grace outplanned. The storm tried to take everything I had built, but grace reached down and took my hand. The storm tried to take me, grace said no. The darkness tried to have me, grace said no. Every force assembled for my ending, every arrow aimed to bring me low. The storm tried to take me, grace said no. And no from grace is permanent, it's final. The storm tried to take me, grace said no. And I'm still standing by your grace. Grace said no. Grace said no. Grace said no. Still standing. Grace said no. The storm tried to take me. Grace said no. I know there are people carrying a storm right now that looks bigger than anything they faced before, that has combined the worst of several seasons and pushed them right against the final door. I want to speak with the authority of someone who has been in a storm that should have been the end, and testify that grace has a vocabulary that the storm cannot outspeak and cannot bend, because the storm answers to a higher authority. Its fury has a ceiling set by God, and when the storm has done everything that it's been allowed to, the grace of God is standing in the yard. The storm came strong, but grace came stronger. The enemy standing by your grace. By every calculation, I should not be here. By every human measurement, I should have fallen long ago. The storms that came against my life were not small storms. They were the kind that level everything you know. I've been in places where the ground gave out beneath me, where the foundation I had built turned out to be sand, where the people I depended on stopped holding, and the only thing between me and the fall was God's hand. I stood at the edge of more than one abyss, more than one moment where the ending felt decided. And every single time before I hit the bottom, something reached down and the falling was divided from the landing. Because I never landed, because there was a grace that caught me every single time, a mercy that refused to let me be destroyed by the very thing designed to end the claim. I should have broken, I didn't break. I should have drowned, I didn't drown. I should have fallen, I'm still standing. Grace is the only reason I'm not on the ground. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. Should have gone under, but your mercy pulled me through. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. Every time I nearly fell, I found it was you. Not my strength, not my resilience, not my wisdom or my fight. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. And grace is the reason I'm standing in the light. Still standing, still here, still here. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. By your grace, by your grace, I should have fallen, but your grace held me. There was a season when the sickness had its arguments, when the medical voices said the outlook wasn't good, when I prayed with everything and then I prayed with nothing, and your grace showed up and did exactly what it should. There was a season when the finances said impossible, when the numbers looked like something I couldn't survive, when I couldn't see the way from where I was standing, and somehow by your grace I came out alive. There was a season when the grief was overwhelming, when the loss had taken more than I could bear to name, and still somehow through all the weight of all of it, I'm standing here today, and you're the one to claim. I should have broken, I didn't break. I should have drowned, I didn't drown. I should have fallen, I'm still standing. Grace is the only reason I'm not on the ground. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. Should have gone under, but your mercy pulled me through. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. Every time I nearly fell, I found it was you. Not my strength, not my resilience, not my wisdom or my fight. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. And grace is the reason I'm standing in the light. Ask me how I made it through the year that tried to end me. Ask me how I'm breathing after everything I faced. Ask ask me how the story didn't stop at its darkest chapter, and I'll tell you one word: grace. Grace that runs to meet you at the bottom of your falling. Grace that wraps around you before the impact comes. Grace that lifts you from the wreckage of your worst decision. Grace that makes you whole when everything comes undone. I am standing here as evidence of undeserved mercy. I'm breathing here as proof that God does what He says. Every scar I carry is a monument to His faithfulness. Every breath I draw is grace upon amazing grace.
Still standing
By your grace,
still breathing
by your grace,
still here
I should have fallen, but your grace held me.
still praising
By your grace,
still trusting
by your grace,
still going
I should have fallen, but your grace held me.
I should have fallen
But your grace,
I should have fallen
but your grace,
should have fallen
but I should have fallen, but your grace held me. Hey.
but your grace held me
Should have gone under, but your mercy pulled me through. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. Every time I nearly fell, I found it was you.
not my strength not my resilience
Not my wisdom or my fight. I should have fallen, but your grace held me. And grace is the reason I'm standing in the light. By every calculation, I should not be here. By every human measurement, I should have fallen long ago. The storms that came against my life were not small storms. They were the kind that level everything you know. I've been in places where the ground gave out beneath me, where the foundation I had built turned out to be sand, where the people I depended on stopped holding, and the only thing between me and the fall was God's hand. I stood at the edge of more than one abyss, more than one moment where the ending felt decided. I used to hide the scars like they were something to be ashamed of. Cover the evidence of every heart and broken place. But I'm learning that the scars are not the story of my failure. They're the story of a God who showed up face to face. Every scar has coordinates, a time and place and season. When the wound was fresh and the outcome was unclear, when the darkness was so deep I couldn't find the bottom, and somehow by His grace the morning would appear. I've been collecting scars since I first learned what living costs, since the world first taught me that it doesn't always go the way you plan to pray or hope or work toward. But the God who made me never let the wounds become the whole. These are not trophies of my suffering, these are monuments of His faithfulness through it. Every scar I carry is a testimony the relationship that ended without warning, that left me redefining who I was without the us. That season that I thought would absolutely finish me became the season where I learned to fully trust. The scar from the career that collapsed at its height, that took the identity I built and left it bare. The stripping that felt punishing became the purifying that made me someone ready for what God had to prepare. Oh, the scar from the loss that I still sometimes reach for, the absence that sometimes still catches me off guard, that grief that made me question everything I believe, and then rebuild my faith into something twice as hard. These are not trophies of my suffering, these are monuments of His faithfulness through it. Every scar I carry is a testimony of a God who never quit. Every scar has a story of your faithfulness. Every wound became a window into grace. Every scar has a story of your faithfulness. Every broken place became a holy space. I used to wanna hide them from the world, now I wear them like a declaration of your name. Every scar has a story of your faithfulness, and the story always ends the same. The most famous scars in all of history were the ones that Thomas had to touch to believe. The scars in the hands and feet and side of Jesus were the proof that resurrection follows grief. And if the Savior kept the scars through resurrection, then maybe scars were never meant to be erased. Maybe they're the evidence of something overcome. Maybe they're the proof of everything that grace has faced. So I open up my hands and show the places where the world left marks that God then turned to gold. And I say to every person hiding their history, let your scars become the bravest story ever told. Every scar, your faithfulness. Every wound, your faithfulness. Every trial, your faithfulness. Every scar tells of your faithfulness. Still standing by your grace, still here by your grace, still whole by your grace. Every scar tells of your. Every scar has a story of your faithfulness. Every wound became a window into grace. Every scar has a story of your faithfulness. Every broken place became a holy space. I used to wanna hide them from the world, now I wear them like a declaration of your name. Every scar has a story of your faithfulness, and the story always ends the same. Every scar, your faithfulness, still standing by your grace. Every scar tells your story, still standing by your grace. I wasn't at my best when grace found me. I wasn't in a place that earned a second look. I was at the very bottom of my story, on the page that most people wouldn't choose to book. I had made the choices that had led me to that moment. I had followed every wrong turn willingly, and I sat in the ruins of my own construction, certain that the best of life was done for me. There was no performance left to offer heaven, no impressive track record to present, no justification for the mercy I was needing, just the honest prayer of someone fully spent. Grace didn't wait for me to earn it. Grace didn't wait for me to clean it up. Grace came running to I'd ever been and filled my empty with enough. Grace found me at my lowest when I had nothing left to give. Grace found me at my lowest and gave me back the will to live. Not because I deserved the finding, not because I'd earned the reach. Grace found me at my lowest in the place that felt completely out of reach. Grace found me. Grace found me right there at my lowest. Still standing by your grace. Grace found me at my lowest. I've talked to people who believe that grace has limits, that there's a level of the fallen that's too far, that some mistakes close off the door of mercy, and some lives are too broken to be a star. But I am living evidence against that theology. I am walking proof that grace has no flaw. Whatever the depth of the pit you find yourself in, grace has already been there waiting for you more. Because the same grace that wrote the prodigal story, the same grace that restored the man possessed, the same grace that turned a murderer to apostle, is the grace that found me at my personal worst. Grace didn't wait for me to earn it. Grace didn't wait for me to clean it up. Grace came running to the lowest place I'd ever been and filled my empty with enough. Grace found me at my lowest when I had nothing left to give. Hey, grace found me at my lowest and gave me back the will to live. Not because I deserved the finding, not because I'd earned the reach. Grace found me at my lowest in the place that felt completely out of reach. Someone is at their lowest right now listening. Someone is convinced this is too far for God to reach. I want to tell you from the other side of that conviction what I know and what I'm living left to teach. He doesn't require you to stand before He finds you. He doesn't need you clean before He comes. The grace of God descends to where the broken are and meets you at the lowest before the healing comes. So stay right where you are and open up your head. Don't try to climb before He's had the chance to find. The grace that found me at my absolute worst is the grace that's on its way to you right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Grace found me at my lowest. Grace found me when I was lost. Grace found me no matter the cost. Grace found me at my lowest. Grace saved me by your mercy. Grace held me by your love. Grace changed me from above. Grace found me at my lowest when I had nothing left to give. Hey, grace found me at my lowest and gave me back the will to live. Not because I deserved the finding, not because I'd earned the reach. Grace found me at my lowest in the place that felt complete